Howdy, with this video, I want to go over the scholarship essay and the resume. I'll show you how to get started on those. I'm doing this video on Saturday, February 15th. For Monday, the 17th, the scholarship essays due and the resumes due. Got to put the resume on the syllabus there. But make sure you're working on that as well. For next Friday, we'll start on the first paragraph of the career essay. Just want to make sure you're getting started on it. And after that, we'll be working on the career essay. And by the Friday before spring break, we should be have all this done. The essay should be done. All the D2L portfolio stuff, the resume, the image, the intro paragraph, the academic plan, scholarship letter, should all be up there on the e-portfolio. It should start looking pretty good. Um, for the scholarship essay, don't forget we're still working on this D2L e-portfolio assignment. And for most of you, probably all of you, you're here at Northeast State, so you're going to do the Northeast State General Scholarship application. And there's the prompt for the essay right there. It requires a brief essay describing the student's need for a scholarship, your short and long-term career goals, and why the applicant selected Northeast State as the college of choice. And that's kind of how these scholarship prompts go. They're generally very vague, just kind of open-ended a little bit. This one's maybe a little more precise than most, but still, you got to figure out a way to keep it short, keep it memorable. And to help you do that, I put on the content page. I'm probably going to send this as an email attachment. How to write a good scholarship letter, and this is just advice from the internet and from people at Northeast State who said, this is what they're looking for when they look at these letters. And kind of it's really important. You want to try and figure out how you're going to get them to remember you. You want them to give you some kind of nickname. If you're the goat woman or something because you mentioned a goat in your essay, it's just going to stick in their head or whatever, and it has to be a good reference to a goat or whatever. But how are they going to remember you? What kind of nickname might they give you? So in your letter, you want to start with a good hook. That's going to make the reader remember you and make the reader want to keep on reading. As you write, you want to make sure you stick to kind of one of those three main points that are given in the prompt. Right, don't veer away too far from those. Make sure you're telling them why you need money. What your career goals are, and try and be as specific as possible. If you're just saying, I just came to Northeast State because the buildings were pretty, it's not going to sound very good in a scholarship letter. What are your goals? Why are you here at Northeast State? Try and figure out a way to make that something they can remember why you're here. And stick to the point. Make sure you surprise the reader in some ways. Again, how are they going to remember you? Avoid just vague phrases like "I want to be a nurse because I like to help people." Well, all nurses want to help people, hopefully. What else are you bringing to the profession, to those career goals? And sometimes that's a very difficult question, isn't it? It's like, well, I don't know what. I just need some money. I don't want to pay all full price for books or anything. But you got to kind of play the game, so to speak, and make sure you can write a pretty good short essay articulating your needs and what your goals are. Again, what's going to set you apart from everybody else? Most importantly, what do you have to offer the college? The college is saying, hey, we got money we can give you. What they're looking from you is what do you have to offer the college and your profession if we give you this money? So don't just stay focused on your needs. Make sure you're articulating what you're going to do for the college. And obviously, the more people who look at that letter and offer comments, the better off you're going to be. We have an entire office here on the main campus. Well, actually, I'm at my house, but over on the main campus, dedicated to helping students out with these kinds of things. If you can't get over to the main campus, that's fine. We're going to look at it here in class, but try and get as many people as you can. If you're trying to be a nurse, and let a nursing instructor or somebody read that letter real quickly for you if they're willing to do that. But I'm going to email this to you, and it's up there on the content page. It's not as easy as it sounds. So if you're kind of looking at it like that's pretty normal. The other thing you should be working on is your resume. With that, don't try and reinvent the wheel. If you're working in Microsoft Word, hopefully you can go to File, then to New, and what you'll see there are some templates. Some of these are already up for me because I've done this video a few times. But you'll see resume templates. And you want to find a template that maybe you like. I'm not sure what's going to happen when I do resume and search online, but because they're searching thousands of online templates. There you go. There's a bunch of them. And you want to tailor it to the profession you're going into. If you're going into education, they don't want a picture of you on there. uh, they don't want to know all that about you until you get to the interview phase. Um, but there's a chronological resume, which you might use if you have a lot of experience. Uh, Other resumes are going to focus more on your abilities. If you're 18, 19 years old, you don't have 20 years of experience in the industry, right? So you want to focus on your abilities. Do people trust you with money? Do they trust you with their children? Do they trust you around medications and things like that? Do people trust you to do what you're going to say and all that kind of good stuff? So there's different templates. You want to kind of tailor it to your experience. And again, right now it may not look too full, but the idea is to kind of start thinking, well, what's it going to look like in 2 years when you get your degree and you go looking for a job? Are you going to be able to have some volunteer work on there, some internships, good relationships with your instructors in your major? How are you going to build your resume so that when you go looking for your job, you'll get it? So don't be too dismayed if right now it's kind of thin. That's normal for some people. It'd be very thin when I was 18 years old, that's for sure, or however old you are. But again, the point of this essay is to kind of start looking ahead and seeing what's the nursing program looking for in a candidate. What's a job? Uh, what's a job interview going to be looking in a candidate? So again, don't think you're starting out with a blank screen staring at a cursor. There's all kinds of resumes here in Microsoft Word. If you don't have Word, Google Docs, if I can get to it, also has a template gallery, and you can click on template gallery, and there's one on resumes, and you'll see different resumes there that you can that gives you a place to begin with. Later on, when you have 20 years in the business, you might create your own style resume or whatever. But for right now, that's kind of what we're looking for. Just a kind of a basic resume to get you going. And again, so you can see, what will this look like in 2-4 years when I finish my college education and want to get a job. So don't think you're starting from scratch. These templates are actually kind of nice if they'll come up. There it goes. And you just go through and put in your information and highlight who you are as a student and as a potential employer. I mean, not employer, employee. Um, for this class, you don't have to put your name and address or your phone number on here. It's kind of up to you. Um, if you don't care, go ahead and do it and have your resume ready to go. But if you're kind of a little more private and you don't want it on there, that's absolutely fine. It's your resume, so it's kind of up to you. But again, for Monday, we're looking for that scholarship essay and the resume, hopefully. And we'll take a look at that scholarship essay and try to get it back to you because the application is due March 1st. And hopefully you're going to apply. The point of writing the letter is that you actually apply for the scholarship. It doesn't hurt to have a little extra money on hand, right? You'll be surprised how many different scholarships are out there. So, but I'm going to stop it there. I want to keep it fairly short. If you have any questions as you're working on it, be sure and let me know. But we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.